What's up, everybody? This is Podcast Gameoverse episode 124 for Saturday, October 29. I am Wasabi Ice Cream, joined as always by my dude Rick. What's up?
Yo, what's up, everybody? Not a lot happened this week, I'm going to be honest. But I'm excited because there's a lot of stuff I want to talk about. I was playing a fun little game called Gunfire Reborn. I cannot wait to talk about, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. In the meantime, though, man, tell the people what you've been playing.
Signalis.
Yes, I want to try that for a while. It looks good. What'd you think?
It's good.
Yeah?
Yes. Moving
It's
on.
a survival horror game, right?
Yeah, it's like very reminiscent of the PS1 classics, such as Resident Evil, such as Silent Hill, such as I'll even go as far back as like what's that one game called? What's the one that came before Resident Evil?
Oh, Alone in the Dark?
Alone in the Dark. Yeah, it's a lot like those games, but the perspective's a little different, I guess. And then
it's like isometric, right?
I don't know if isometric is the word, but it has like top-down perspective.
Yeah.
Kinda. Yeah, I don't know if that's always isometric though. I thought isometric was like the camera's like shifted like 45 degrees. And
I kind of thought it was Signalis was looking like, unless I'm remembering it wrong.
It's that kind of, but it's not like you're straight on like north south, east west type shit.
Kind of like A Link to the Past.
A Link to the Past, yeah.
All right,
but
cool.
It kind of turns into like a twin stick shooter a little bit once you like pull a weapon out and you aim with the right stick, and then shoot with the triggers. And I'm not the biggest fan of these types of games, as you know.
Yeah.
Not the biggest Resident Evil guy. So I like what this game is doing in terms of it's one of those, but what this game has that I don't know, what I latch onto more is more of the atmosphere and the feeling and the like story and the visuals and the sounds, the audio elements, like all of that stuff. This game just nails, man. Like as soon as you start it up, as soon as you start it up, there's just this vibe that you get, and you're like, oh, this is just this like eeriness that overcomes you. It's really good at like setting a tone.
Yeah.
And pulling you in just on that alone. So I played for like 2.5, maybe like 3 hours, until I got to the point where it's like, this is a Resident Evil game. And yeah, I just got like lost trying to find out what the fuck I was supposed to be doing. I got pissed off. Yeah, so
you think you'll get back into it, give it another shot, or are you like totally done?
I'll probably get back into it because it's the story that's happening is interesting. Yeah. You're some sort of like android helper unit or something like that. You're looking for your like master or your partner or something, and you end up crash landing on this foreign planet, and you like dive into this hole, and it turns out it's like this like mining facility for this like super militarized almost like communistic
like Soviet,
so like almost Soviet, but there's a lot of German though, but it's like a foreign planet, so it's like not I'm not sure what's going on. It's like in a far-flung future where they send out these scout ships in different directions to kind of find out find new inhabitable planets, and you end up crash landing on this one, which turns out it's not very foreign, I guess, because there are still people there, and there's this like disease going around, this sickness, so people are getting sick, and you're not sure like what's happening, and the people who are still, there are still people alive you run into and you can talk to, and you're like, yeah, I'm hiding out in here, man. I'm not going out there. Fuck that. Uh, and then yeah, not that anyone, you never find anyone that helps you, but
Yeah.
there are people that's like, yeah, um, yeah. So there's like zombie type creatures that run around, and you know, you get a gun with limited ammo. You get quick. You get like a stun, like single use stun items. So if you just want to like stun something, you can do that. Um, they make it sound like the stun option is non-lethal, which
Yeah.
makes it sound like the gun option is lethal. But
You
from what
really
I could,
can't tell.
yeah, because well, all the zombies they get back up after a while, so it's not like you're really killing them. I don't know. They made it seem like you could play through the game with a non-lethal option. It would be very difficult to do, but they made it, you probably could do that. Um,
I
and
want to
then
try it.
it's cool. It's cool. It's got all those. It's got all the elements, and sometimes it turns into like a point and click adventure game
Yeah.
where like it'll you walk into a room, it'll go into like a first person mode, and you can like look around
Ooh, I
and
like
interact
that.
with stuff. Yeah, and then like zoom in on stuff. It's pretty cool. But
I really like that because, like, to be blunt, like the earlier Resident Evil games were basically point and click adventures,
yeah,
just
yeah,
with zombies in them.
yeah. It does a thing where you pick up an item and you can spin it around, and oftentimes the back of it will have a thing on it that you need to
I like
look
that.
at. Yeah.
I
Um,
love that. I love that. I
it
can't wait to
does.
try it now.
Yeah. The only real, and this is just like a nitpick, but some of the rooms you walk into, they scroll off of what's in camera view. So
Yeah.
and you can't. Sometimes there'll be stuff off camera that you can't see because the camera only scrolls when your character walks. So that can get you into trouble because you're not able to see the stuff that's off the camera view. Uh,
Oh, okay.
and there's no way to peek the camera. There's no way to scroll the camera without actually moving your character. So you can kind of like sometimes you can just walk into shit that you can't see because it's off camera. Uh,
But are there like audio cues? Because the older Resident Evil games had that, but you can hear zombies like shuffling and grunting in the
you
background, so
can't
you
you
knew
can't
like,
hear them. No, you can only.
oh,
They don't make any sounds until
ooh,
you're like until
that's a
you're up
bummer.
on
Yeah.
them. Yeah. So
Yeah, that's
yeah.
not tension, Bill. That's just annoying.
But other than that, I turned the CRT. There's a CRT mode on this game,
Yeah.
and I don't know what it is, man. I think I'm a CRT guy now because it looks better. I don't know what it is, man, but the pixels they look bad when the CRT mode is not like blending those pixels. It's hard to explain
Yeah.
until you like see it. But once you
Yeah.
see it,
CRT is kind of like an organic anti-aliasing. So that's
yeah,
why
yeah,
a lot of games look like ass because they were built for a CRT format. So
yeah,
it rounds out those like rougher edges so you don't see some of the gunk, I guess, for lack of a better term, that's in those details.
yeah.
Yeah. But most
So
games don't have a good filter. So I assume the filter looks pretty decent then.
it looks okay. I don't think it saves. Like if you quit the game and then go back in, it resets that setting. So you have to like set it every time you load the game,
Yeah.
which, uh, yeah, which could be annoying. Maybe I've only launched the game twice, so when I launched it the second time, the option was off. Even though I turned it on before, so I don't know if that's yeah. But oh, you know what? Another thing this game does, which is just a more general like control thing, is that
Yeah.
when you're using the buttons on the controller, either like A, B, X, Y, or if you're on like a PlayStation controller, it'd be like X square circle. It doesn't show you the button. It doesn't show you like A, B, X, Y. It shows you. It does it like it does on like a Nintendo Switch, where it would put up the entire compass of buttons, and then one of them will be highlighted to say like it's the bottom button or it's the left button.
Yeah.
It doesn't put the letters or whatever. It just puts, hey, it's like this bottom button. And
Ah,
I think
okay.
I think every game should do that. I think that
Just
should be
show
this.
you the controller on screen.
Just show the four buttons on the screen and then highlight one of them as
Yeah.
like it's this button, because a lot of people just don't know. Like if you just put a lot of people that can A can be in like different places, or if like X is different on every single one of these controllers. So it'd
Yeah.
be nice to just say, okay, no, we're not going to put the letter. We're just going to put just hit the bottom button. You can see it here in this screen. Um,
Yeah.
I'm showing a little bit of gameplay on the along with this, but like it's something small that I noticed that this game is doing, and like other games do. It's mostly like Switch games that I've seen doing it though, but it's such a minor thing that I think for like a lot of people who don't play games a lot, it would make it easier for them to know
Yeah,
what
since they're a pretty
buttons.
simple like quality of life thing that could like easily be implemented.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, you can see it here on the bottom of the screen. It says like action menu, and like it puts all four buttons on the screen, and then highlights one of them to say that's the button you hit. So it's like it's
I love
small
that.
stuff like that. It's like
I like
makes it
that.
makes it easier for people. So but yeah, check out Signalis if you're into survival horror. I think it does it pretty well, especially when it comes to like the atmosphere and the story. It's really the presentation is what I like about it as a person who's not into survival horror games in general. This one's a good one. So it's on
I
Game
want to try it.
Pass.
Yeah.
It's on Game Pass. So if you have that, you can just jump right into it. But otherwise, it's like $20, I think. So not
Oh, I want to try that now because it looks really cool.
yeah.
So I've been playing a lot of Dragon Quest. I finally finished it, but not really because there's like a post game that's just as long as the main game apparently. And I gotta say, Dragon Quest XI is one of the best RPG stories I've played in a very, very long time.
Wow.
Um, it's one that takes a while to get going, but every chapter has like some different twist on it that completely changes how I feel about the game. So the very first chapter of it, it's a very simple paint by numbers. We need to find the colored elemental orb so we can unlock the magical weapon for the chosen one to banish all darkness. And it's very paint by numbers initially, and that might put some people off, but it does it really sincerely that I was into it, even though it was very predictable. But there's a twist halfway through that leads in the second chapter. That minor spoiler, but if you play Final Fantasy VI, it's similar to that. Like bad guys win, world ends. Now you got to get everyone together to fight them back. That I really liked.
Hmm.
But then after that, there's a third chapter. And the game finishes at that point. Credits roll. World is saved. But there's a third chapter that I don't want to spoil that completely changes the game and the story that you just went through. And it's really, really fucking cool what they do in this game. I don't want to spoil it because there's no way to tell you what happens without spoiling a lot of major plot details. But chapter 2 has an insane amount of character growth for everybody that characters I didn't like initially, I ended up falling in love with the new growth they had in this last chapter. And then with chapter 3, which is again all post game stuff, which is allegedly optional, but I argue against that because there's so many story things to it that completely change what your perspective of the game is. And I really like what it does. I can do a minor spoiler of it if you want to hear it, because I really can't talk about that spoiling a key aspect of the game.
No spoilers. No spoilers.
No spoilers. All right. It's good. Just go play it. Trust me. It's really, really cool. It's going to be very generic initially, the storyline is, but chapter 2 happens and things completely change. And then chapter 3 changes them even more after you beat the game. I can't describe it without spoiling the game, but go play it. It's fucking awesome, dude.
How
Um,
many hours in are you now?
so take my time with these games. So my hours usually run longer than most people for what I see on like how long to beat or just from friends of mine. I beat the first 2 chapters in about 90 hours. But I
God.
spent a lot of time grinding. I spent a lot of time doing side stuff that I didn't need to do. I spent a lot of time fucking around with some other things that I didn't need to do. You can probably cut that down to like 60, 50 if you wanted to. But I took 90. And there's a lot more to it on this third chapter. From what I've been reading online, there's a lot more to it here that I'm excited to experience. Like, go play it. It's a fucking great turn-based JRPG. And if you're a fan of turn-based JRPGs, this is like one of the best I've played in a really long time. It doesn't really reinvent the wheel mechanics wise, but it refines what JRPGs do to a point of near perfection, dude. Like, this is high quality, homegrown, organic turn based combat that has just been crafted and recrafted to perfection, dude. This is really good. This is as good as traditional turn based games can get, I think. And the story does enough to feel familiar while also surprising you in ways that you're not going to expect. Like, go play it. It's really good. Again, characters you don't like are gonna do a complete flip and you're gonna fall in love with them. Just go play it. Um Now, this next game I want to talk about. I'm playing Dragon Quest on Switch, and I took my Switch to my brother's place. He got married yesterday, so congratulations to him. It's a beautiful
Congrats.
ceremony.
Yeah.
Yeah, I took my Switch over to his place, and I was playing there because we had to meet up early to like get together, go over some wedding stuff. And I ended up leaving my Switch there. So I didn't have it when I got home last night. So I was like, you know what? Let me boot up Game Pass to see what's on Game Pass so I can play something before I go to bed. And Gunfire Reborn was on there. And I was like, oh, I like that. I heard it was good. I like RoboQuest a lot. People keep telling me if you like RoboQuest, you should try Gunfire. And I was like, okay, so I give it a shot. And I'm not gonna lie, at first I didn't like it because it's really slow compared to RoboQuest. RoboQuest does like the bunny hop boomer shooter kind of thing. So it's really quick, it's really fast, got really fast movement, really fast combat. And Gunfire didn't have that. So I was like, oh, I don't know if I like this. It just feels like RoboQuest, but slower. But then I started getting into like the RPG mechanics and some of the RNG stuff that happens here in this roguelike. And it's got this neat system that I fucking love that I wish more games did. So the game relies a lot on elements, right? You got your main elements here. Uh, well, this game's main elements. They're fire, corrosive, and lightning. And they each have different abilities. So fire does more damage to flesh, so straight health, red bars. Lightning does more damage to shields, blue bars. And corrosive does more damage to armor, yellow bars. But each element also has an elemental effect, like a status effect that they can inflict. So fire can inflict burning, which does damage over time. Lightning can inflict shock, which I believe affects damage taken, and then corrosive inflicts decay, which slows down your enemy, and I think increases damage you take. I can't remember too well, but what's cool, and the game doesn't really tell you this too much except for some of the loading screens might tell you that between levels. But if you have an SSD, they can load pretty quickly, so you might not be able to read all of them. Or if you're the kind of person who checks your phone on loading screens, you're not going to notice it.
Mm.
You can combine status effects to create a new effect. So if an enemy is inflicted with corrosive, for example, and you hit them with fire and that inflicts burning, or they're inflicted with decay and you hit them with fire to inflict burning, you activate combustion, which the attack that inflicted burning does 200% damage, and enemies around them take 100% of that damage.
Shit.
And you can keep ticking on that. So let's say you're playing as the first character, the Crown Prince, whose ability lets him throw down a corrosive grenade that almost instantly inflicts decay. If you have a fire weapon, like let's say a fire machine gun, or I had a fire sniper rifle, I was able to throw down a group of enemies, shoot one enemy. Because it was ticking on the critical hit I did to his head, it did double damage to him, and all the baddies around him took that same damage. I was like, holy fuck, this is insane. And each element has a combination. So lightning and corrosive does miasma, I think is what it's called, which can stack. And the higher the stack, the more damage over time it does. So that inflicts damage on tick. It's like a damage over time effect. And the more you stack it, the more it does. And that afflicts enemies around them. And the last one is manipulation. It's fire, so burning and shock lightning. And that one makes enemies turn against each other if you inflict that on them. And once I learned that, instead of trying to build around my characters like one specific strength, I'm like, I'm going to try to spec around a fusion combination. And I had a lot more fun doing that. And the random stuff you could find can do crazy shit. Like there's one that if an enemy is inflicted by an elemental effect and you kill them, it increases your rate of fire by 50%. So now I'm having more chances to fire off that combustion combo on people. There's another one that it's called Burning Expert. If you inflict burning on an enemy, burning gets inflicted on you, but while you're afflicted with burning, you can heal on hits when you attack people. So that damage over time effect's basically eliminated.
Okay.
And you heal yourself while you're doing it. And these are random things you could find. So I'm having a lot of fun trying to build like a fusion combination and then going based off of that. And the Crown Prince has some cool skills too. So one thing I started doing is he has this orb he throws down. And when you hit someone with it, it deals a ton of damage and it freezes them for like 2 seconds. He has an upgrade when he levels up that changes that orb's elemental damage to match the weapon you have equipped. And you can level that up to do more damage or even afflict multiple enemies and like a splash effect when you hit them. So let's get back to that combination. I throw down that corrosive bomb, inflict decay. I have a fire weapon equipped. I hit them with a fire orb for my special. That orb does double damage to the guy I hit and does splash damage to everyone else. On top of that, with the combustion, they all take extra damage from that too. And that keeps stacking. It's so insane, dude. Some of the shit I was able to do with this game. It is so much fun. I barely scratched the surface of it, but once it clicked and I started figuring out those elemental effects, I was having a blast, dude. It's so good. And it's multiplayer. So I can't imagine what these elemental effects do when you have multiple people playing together, inflicting different status ailments and having those like combo off each other. It's insane. It's going to be madness.
Yeah, I need to get into this. I need to get into this game.
It's good, dude. It's good. It's a lot slower than RoboQuest, but the actual like RPG elements, the status effects and everything underneath the hood of the game are so wildly creative and allow for so much customization how you want to play. And there's multiple characters to play as too. I still have the starting character, the Crown Prince. There's other character that could like dual wield weapons. So I'm like, what if I have like I'm dual wielding 2 elemental weapons? I can just combine those effects actively. Like it's crazy. It's so cool, dude. It's so cool. There's a couple things to it that aren't perfect. It's an early access game. Because I think it still is. No, it's supposed to be a full release, but there's still some like early access indie jank here that I'm not understanding. So the game's a Chinese game, so I don't know if this was done on purpose, but you can find these chests that have these weird effects, and I don't know what they're supposed to do. So I put something in the gonna put something in the stream chat here. It's a screenshot of one of the chests I found, and it's like, buy a legendary gift box, give 175 copper, some Chinese lettering, luxurious gift box. But there's another one below it that says buy a rare gift box, and it's more copper, 196, and it's all Chinese lettering, but one of them's purple. So I was like, what does that mean? I don't know if this is supposed to be there to like make you take a chance, like a dice roll, or if it's just that it didn't get translated on the main game. But it's filled with these kinds of things, these random boxes you could find, where it's like a luck prize base, a prize box, where you can. I've done it, and I've gotten things like increase my health. I've gotten things like increase my shield. I've gotten random weapons. I've gotten random effects to my weapons. I'm not entirely sure what the Chinese lettering means, or if it's supposed to mean anything. But it doesn't subtract from the fact the game is fun as hell. And I highly, highly, highly recommend it. It's on Game Pass, so it doesn't cost you anything but your time to try. And it's really fucking good. Once you start getting into the elemental effects and really experimenting with those, it takes the game to a whole new level, dude. And I can't wait to play some of the other characters, see what they have to offer, what cool things, what cool effects they have. This game's a fucking blast, dude. I can't recommend it enough. Seriously, everyone go check it out. It's on Game Pass, so it doesn't cost you anything but your time.
Yeah. Now that it's on Game Pass, I'll finally be able to check it
Yeah,
out. I bought it on like Android and just have not. I'm not playing a game like that. So
it's good, dude. It's good. We should get together sometime and like play it. I think it's playable up to like 4 people. So we should get
okay.
together and play it. I bet it'd be fun.
Um, I did play Vampire Survivors. Uh,
Oh, you did. Sorry, I totally skipped over that. No, it's my
oh,
bad.
that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah,
Uh,
you're playing that a little bit a while ago, right? Like you still like it?
yeah, I played it when it was in early access. Around when it came out, and I was like, okay, it's a video game, and I don't know. I think I had the same trajectory with Vampire Survivors that I did with Binding of Isaac, which was I played it and I'm like, okay, it's a video game, and just didn't really get it, I just didn't get
Yeah,
it. Until and Binding of Isaac, when I finally had the run, you know what I'm talking about.
yeah,
You like have that run and you're like, dude, this game is fucking awesome.
yeah. When you finally get to see the potential of it, when everything goes right,
Yeah.
and
So
you get it. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
that's what happened with me in Vampire Survivors. It hit 1.0. It finally like left early access, so I was like, okay, let me load this up again and just see what it's like now, whatever they added or whatever. And in that I don't know 15-minute time frame that I decided to play that game, I had the greatest run ever. Where I was like, this is it. This is the run.
Yeah,
And then I put like, I don't know, a couple, like several hours into it since then. This was only a couple of days ago. Uh, and I ended up unlocking like 10 new characters, several new weapons. I almost unlocked almost everything on the unlock tree. Uh, I've played a lot of this game now, and I found like great builds. Like it's so good. It's so good.
yeah. That's good, dude.
So, that's really all I have to say about that. The game is good.
Like you get it now.
I get it now. The only problem, it's not even a problem. It's just now I'm just hitting like feature request territory here. But the thing that really put me over the edge for Binding of Isaac was when it got workshop support and I was able to mod it,
And just
and
put all
then
that crazy bullshit
it
in it.
just put
Yeah.
a lot more crazy bullshit into it. So Vampire Survivors doesn't have that yet. At least I don't think it does. So when this gets mod support, I'm in there. I'm in there. So
I just gotta buckle down and try it already. Everyone's been telling me it's a lot of fun, and it's
It's
kind of weird. It started a trend where we ever seeing a lot of games like this, especially during the game jam
yeah,
or that
yeah,
yeah, Game Fest, what it was, the demo derby.
yeah,
And there's a lot of like Vampire Survivor clones just out there.
yeah. There's a lot on mobile too. So
Yeah, I just gotta buckle down and try it already. It
it's
looks like fun.
it's good, man. It's good.
Yeah.
So yeah,
How much is it right now? It's not expensive, right? It's like $10, $15.
probably not even that. Probably like five or something. I don't
Yeah.
know. I mean, it was cheaper when it was in early access. They raised the price I
Uh,
think twice. So,
well,
but
yeah, I mean it's out of early access and it's popular, so
yeah,
people are paying for it now. Should have got in on it early, but oh well.
but it's good. It's got a lot more shit in it than
Oh man,
it.
$4.
Oh yeah, there you go. It's got a lot of content to it. It's got way more than you start with. Once you get the run, that's when you unlock. That's the hook. Because it's one of those like one more run games where it's like,
Yeah,
okay, I'm just gonna do one run and then I'm going to bed. And then like that one run ends up being like 15 minutes long. It usually caps you at like 30, and then it brings in like a death character to kill you instantly. It's like usually you can only go for 30 minutes. So, but even like most runs, if you get like anywhere like 15 minutes, you're coming out of it with like so much upgrade material that you're gonna be like, oh shit, I unlocked this new character, I unlocked a new stage, I need to see what's next here, and then you end up doing like 2 3 more runs. So
my God, that's insane. All right, I want to try it now. I really want to play. It's $4. Fuck it, let's get it.
yeah, it's
Oh, it's
good.
on sale. It's usually $5.
It's on Game Pass. I should put that out.
Oh, it is. All
I
right,
should
then I'll
say
just
that
do
it's on
that.
Game Pass, so you don't have to spend your precious $4.
See, I didn't know that. I'll just download it then.
Yeah, everything we talked
Is
about
it on
today.
Switch? Do you know if it's on Switch?
I do not think it's on Switch. It should be though.
Yeah, this would be a perfect Switch game,
Yeah,
or just perfect mobile game in general. Just
yeah,
worth everything. But yeah, you're right. Everything we talked about is on Switch. Dragon Quest, Gunfire Reborn, Vampire Survivor, Signalis, all of them on Game Pass. Sorry, not Switch. Yeah, I fucking love Game Pass, dude. Like, it's such a
yeah,
great deal.
yeah,
I get to try and play all kinds of cool shit. But yeah, let's get into the news now. Gaming news, man. PlayStation Plus monthly games for November. Neo 2 and Neo 2 remastered for PS4 and PS5. Phenomenal game, Neo 2. I love Neo 2. Never finished it because it's hard as fuck. But it's really fun. I really do like it. I want to get back into it because it's a blast to play through. So
yeah.
that's a good game to have on Game Pass.
I might have to jump on the PlayStation Plus again. I've not touched my PlayStation for a very long time. My controllers are
Yeah,
dusty. I'm
same.
like, this thing is just
I
not.
haven't played it in a while. I played it.
Yeah,
I did boot it back up to play Kingdom Hearts again, and that was fine. I just didn't really talk about it because I didn't really dump a lot of time into it.
I would rather
There's
rebuy it on PC than load up my
yeah,
PS4 to do that.
yeah. Well, I was playing the older Kingdom Hearts games, so they were already run at like 60 FPS on PS4.
Yeah,
So I'm not really getting anything on the PC version except for like 4K support. I think it supports 4K on PC, but I don't have a 4K monitor, so it's not going to be a different experience for me. But yeah, Neo 2, PS4 and PS5, Neo 2 and Neo 2 remastered. Lego Harry Potter collection for PS4. I heard the Lego Harry Potter games are actually pretty good.
yeah. I mean,
So it'd be a cool one to check
all the
out.
Lego games seem pretty good.
That'd be a cool one to check out. I might play that with my wife. She loves Harry Potter, so that'd be a fun game to play with her. And then Heavenly Bodies is also releasing on PS4 and PS5. I don't know about that game. I've never heard of that game.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. So some sort of space game.
Yeah.
The physics
exactly what it
game.
is. Some sort of space game.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be cool. It's PS Plus, so it's free. Go play it. Just try it.
They got
Yeah,
like
pretty strong lineup,
PS5s.
dude.
PS5s are kind of in stock now, dude.
Oh yeah, I was seeing that.
Yeah.
They're not like you can't just walk into a store and buy one yet, but
You kind of
the
can't,
ones that
but
do show up, stick around for a little bit longer.
yeah.
If they have a shipment today, you can probably pick it up like tomorrow or later in the afternoon. You don't have to
Yeah.
be there like in line waiting for the store to open.
If I'm ever in a place and I just see one just sitting there, I might just buy one if I'm there.
Honestly, if this was like a year ago, I would have been on the same boat, but I've been putting so much time into like my PC that I
Yeah.
think I might just keep investing into that. There really isn't anything on PS5 that I'm like, I need to get a PS5 for. You know what I
God of
mean?
War is coming. I mean, I would like to if I would like to play God of War the way it's meant to be played. You know what I'm saying? Like even though it's coming to PS4, I don't want to play it like that. You know?
It's gonna come to PC sooner or later, though, right? Like,
Yeah, sooner or later, I guess. But
yeah, do you really feel like you need to go get a PS5 to play it?
I would like to play that game when it comes out.
That's
But
fair.
I'm
And
not
there are some
gonna.
strong games on PS5. Like if you don't have a PC with some pretty, how can I word it? With some more recent specifications.
Yeah.
And like if your only gaming system's like a PS4 or an Xbox One, then yeah, upgrade to the next gen. But I don't know, it's hard for me to like justify dropping like what $500 on a PS5 right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little hard to justify. At least for me, it is. No shame to anyone else who wants to pick
Oh
one
yeah.
up.
I'm
If you
not
want,
gonna.
if
I'm
you
not gonna
find one
look
to
for
get,
one. I'm just saying
yeah,
if I'm there,
yeah,
it's
go
like
to your local
hummus.
Best Buy.
Yeah. Like I'm never looking for hummus, but if it's there, I'm like, fuck with it.
Yeah,
Fuck with this hummus right now. Fuck it. I'm
there we go.
here.
That's the best analogy. PS5 is like hummus. That's great. But yeah, it looks. Yeah, PS5s. I want to pick one up, but I'll have to wait till there's like a deep discount on one before I can justify buying it, and that's not going to be for a while, especially in this economy.
Yeah.
But yeah, jokes aside, like there's some good games on PS5 though. Like, the Ratchet and Clank. Oof, that is absolutely worth the cost of entry,
Yeah.
Ratchet and Clank.
I want to play that. I want to play
That one's good.
Returnal.
It's good.
Even though
It's good.
Returnal's coming to PC, I think, but
Yeah, Returnal's coming to PC, but it looks good too. I've heard good things about that. And I think there's some other stuff coming down the pipeline later. But yeah, I can't wait, dude. I can't wait till God of War comes out. That looks so good. I still gotta go back and beat the first one. Like I watched some more gameplay on it, and I like this game. It gets really good later. I think I just didn't give it a chance to
I
like
don't. How
really
far
kick
did
it
you
in.
get? Did you get the? Did you get? Oh, this is gonna be a spoil. I don't want to spoil anything because.
So I can tell you the last story thing that happened to me. Um, there was this like I remember like a portal, and Kratos went in it by himself, and he was in there for like maybe 30 seconds. And then Atreus pulled him out and he was like, "What the fuck, kid?" And he was like, "Where have you been? You were gone for hours. Where were you?" And there was like dead bodies everywhere. And I was like, "Holy shit, what did this kid do?" And I think I played, that's the last thing I remember happening. And I think there's a
Oh,
couple hours after
you
that.
ain't. Wait, did Atreus
Yeah,
get sick yet?
no,
Okay, you didn't do shit, dude. You ain't do shit.
yeah. I know
No,
I didn't. I
there's
know
a
I
mo
didn't.
there's a moment in that game where you're like, this is the fucking greatest game ever made. There's a moment where you're like, this is instant game of the year. As soon as you see it, you're like, yeah. As soon as you see it, you're gonna throw your hands in the air. You're gonna be like, this is it, and a single tear will drop from your eye, and you're gonna be like, your whole life is gonna change. That's
Yeah,
all
I
I'm
just gotta
saying.
I gotta give it a chance. I gotta give it a chance. I let myself get burned out of it too quickly. I need to go back in and just kind of grit my teeth through some of it because it is a fun game. Like despite like the critiques I have of it, it is a fun game and it does play really well. I just oh god, that camera is so obnoxious. Um,
That's another game where I would
and
rather. It's another game I would rather watch than play. Like you're not wrong about the camera and the gameplay stuff about it. It would make a
there's
bit.
no reason for the camera to do that. Like I know they're trying to do this like, oh, it's one continuous shot like idea, but there's a way to do that
Yeah,
without putting the camera so close to his fucking head, dude.
yeah.
Like have the camera pan out during combat encounters, you know? Like have it pan backwards so you don't have like a cut, you know, if you really need it to do that. There's no I don't understand why.
I think
But
on PC you can do stuff with the camera, that you can't do on console, like FOV
I might
and
have to
shit.
do that then. I might have to do
Um,
that then. Because it's
yeah.
I understand they built the game around it. You know, enemies telegraph their attacks pretty obviously, but the ones that are behind you, it's just like a bar, right? That turns like red when an enemy's about to hit you.
No, Atreus goes, "Hey, look at." It's like you have you played fuck, what's the Heavenly Sword guys? Um, fuck the one
Oh, sacrifice.
Senua's sacrifice. That game does the same thing where if there's something behind you that you can't see, the voices in your head go, "Hey, fucking look out!" And then you hit the dodge button, or like there's like an instant turnaround to where you can like they know you can't see shit, so Atreus will tell you like, "Hey, look out!" Or he himself will go like, "We'll attack it for you." And like give you some time to react or whatever. Like they know that you can't see, so they have things in place to
I
help
guess
you
what I
with
got to
that.
do is got to keep playing it because from what I've been told, like Atreus gets more useful and picks up more of the slack later as the game gets harder.
Yeah.
And I think like that's what I need. I need him to like pick up some of that slack for me
He has a
for
dedicated
stuff that I
button.
can't see.
You hit the button for him, and
Yeah,
he'll like shoot an
yeah,
arrow
I
at a thing.
remember.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's a couple things I still remember, so I just gotta sit down and just give it another shot. I still have it. I have my brother's copy, so I'll ask him if he wants it back yet. If not, I'll just play it again.
yeah.
Or I'll just get it on
I want to play
PC.
through it again. But again, yeah, it's another game where, like The Last of Us, it's better as a movie or a TV show, I think, than as a video game. But it's just,
Yeah, I'll have to give it another shot. My wife liked watching me play it, but you know, she was watching me play it.
yeah, it's a better way to experience that game.
Yeah, so I might give it a shot. We'll see. I'll probably give it another try eventually. I'll get it on PC. I think. I don't think I want to play it on PlayStation. I think I'm just gonna do it on PC so I can like really get into it. But yeah, that would be if I get super into it, I might just buy a PS5 for the sequel if I get really into it.
Yeah,
Which from what you're
and
telling me, I will once I get over that hump.
there's one specific scene where I was like, they fucking nailed it.
Yeah,
Like there's just like, yeah, and if you play it and you get there, you can be like, oh, this is what he's talking about.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I'll give it another try then. Um, and some quickie news: the CD Projekt Red revealed that the Canis Majoris project revealed to be a full Witcher 3 remake in Unreal Engine 5.
Witcher
That's
One
awesome.
remake. Witcher One.
Witcher, what did I say?
You said Witcher Three.
Did I? Oh, my bad.
Yeah,
Witcher 3 is
but
the only one I played. I think that's like most people.
well, that's a good reason why they're doing this because, and it's something I wish they would do with like Metal Gear. They just remake those first games because they're important games, but no one's fucking played them. And if you do play them, they're kind of shitty. They didn't really have
Yeah.
a fully fledged story yet, so it would kind of like, yeah, go back and like remake it, and then the people who haven't played those first games can have a better understanding of like where it all started, and I guess like retune it as well. Like it's not like you're just
It would
making.
never happen, but I feel like if Kojima remade Metal Gear Solid, it would be amazing. It would be this crazy, like,
Of
meta
course.
commentary on video game remakes. Ooh, that would be awesome, but it's never gonna happen. Like put
Yeah,
Kojima and chuck him a blank check, just tell him remake Metal Gear Solid 1, do whatever you
yeah.
want with it.
I mean, in general, though, just going back to remake like your first game is beneficial because you have the hindsight of like the games that came after it as well. so you can kind of
Yeah.
recontextualize a lot of things to better for better cohesion with the games that come after.
Yeah,
Like,
to an extent, because like Mass Effect is an example where they didn't remake the first one, but they remastered it. And because they planned the story out from the beginning. So there's not a lot of story elements they need to like re-add, but they just fixed up a lot of the jank to make it
yeah,
more suitable to modern palettes. And I think that was like one of the best things they could have done. They do something similar with the Witcher remake, but I don't know, because I saw the original Witcher and it looks like dog shit. No, it looks bad. It's got that early CRPG jank. You know what I'm talking about.
yeah,
That
yeah,
you just gotta like muscle through. And that's definitely a game that could like benefit from like give it the FF7 remake treatment, you know? Just completely redo it from the ground up.
yeah,
Scrap everything you had before, just completely redo it. That could be something fucking awesome. And I've never played Witcher 1 or 2 because they look like jank, so I never played them. And I thought Witcher 3 was going to be the same until it started getting all these Game of the Year awards. And Witcher 3 is the first game I got into. And I want to go back and play the first two, but I see them and I'm like, jank though. So
yeah,
it's cool to see them going back to do this. Like, I really want to play it now. We don't know what it looks like. We don't know how it's going to play. But if they just take the Witcher 3 engine and redo Witcher 1 in it with Unreal Engine 5, I'd be fine with that. But we'll see what they do. The live action Fallout series got some new screenshots, some new behind the scenes looks, and Fallout
yeah.
4 is coming to next gen consoles or current gen in this case.
Yeah, they Bethesda put out this. I guess it's Fallout's 25th anniversary coming up,
Yeah.
and they put out this blog post with just a bunch of things that they're doing for it in it. And so if you like skim through it very quickly, you miss you miss the important stuff, which
Yeah,
is the live action series. It's a Amazon exclusive. Um, and they put out a YouTube video to go along with it. That's pretty good. It's a pretty good video. They bring in what's his face, Tim Tim Kaine, who is the original Fallout guy. He's the
yeah,
original Fallout creator, not with Bethesda, but under Obsidian. And he brought him in on this video to talk about the series. So I'm like, oh, you got the original motherfucker on it,
yeah,
which is great. And then they also bring in uh, the director Jonathan Nolan.
yeah.
They bring him in, and like on the set, he's like on the set of like for Fallout, and they bring like they're asking about the game, and he's like, what is Fallout? Oh, you mean the painfully playable or some shit like that? He like uses like words to describe it. Um, and then like they bring him like a Nuka Cola to sip on, and it's like it makes me interested to see what they're doing with this because they all seem like they're in on it. You know, it's not like just him
Yeah.
just like talking about the game. It's not like what they did with the Silent Hill thing where they just brought people in to just talk about. It's like, oh yeah, it means a lot to me or whatever the fuck. Like I don't really, you
Yeah, there's a
know.
bit more self-awareness in this, I
Yeah, yeah,
feel.
yeah. So
Some genuineness that we didn't
yeah,
see with the other Silent Hill reveals. And
yeah,
that's got me interested too. So I can't wait to see what they do with it. I probably I don't know. I'm getting my I don't want to get my hopes up, but this could be something fun. Or it could be like the Halo show all over again. So we'll see. Um
yeah. I don't know.
but
It
no,
just seems
jokes
like
aside.
they got the original fucking guys on this shit, and
Yeah.
they seem like they seem like they understand. I don't know. This is a good way for me. To me, this is a good reveal.
Yeah.
Uh, because it's like they're showing the stuff that you kind of just want to see early on. Uh,
Yeah, like there is like a lot of again sincerity and genuineness to this. that I wasn't expecting. So I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
to be that upfront with it, I'll give it I'll give it a shot. Do we have a release date for it yet? Do you know?
No dates. No dates yet. Just they're doing it. Um, Lisa Joy. Lisa Joy is starring in it from Westworld.
Yeah, I haven't seen
Um,
Westworld, so I don't know if she's a good actress or not.
I've
But
seen the first season. I
people
don't
like
know.
her.
I don't know who she. I don't even know if she's in the first season. So that's all I've seen.
Yeah,
But yeah, I don't know. It seems like and Jonathan Nolan's no slouch either. He does good shit. Um, who's I think
that
he's
reminds me. If you haven't seen it yet, there is like a Fallout fan series on YouTube called Nuka Break. That's actually like pretty good. So
Fallout.
go
Fallout is
check it
just a
out.
good world for like that's a series that could fit with kind of just anything you do.
Yeah, I
You know,
agree.
it's a good world for
Fallout's like
movies.
flexible enough that you can, yeah, it's a good world for movies, games, tabletop RPGs, books, whatever you want. You can do it with Fallout.
Yeah. So
So yeah,
so
I'm excited for this. Like,
they're doing that,
I
and
don't know.
uh
I'm not super
they're
excited, but I'm interested.
they're pushing out a next gen update for Fallout 4,
Yes.
which that game hasn't received any updates for like several years. I mean, Skyrim's
Yeah.
gotten more updates than since Fallout came out than Fallout 4, which is crazy to think of. But
Yeah.
they're pushing out a next gen update for Fallout 4 coming next year for Series X, PS5, and PC with a performance
That's really
mode.
cool.
Yeah, uh, high frame rates, which is interesting because those games break with when you unlock the frame rate. If you go above 60, those
Yeah.
games break. Like the physics just completely fuck up. So
Yeah.
if they're gonna fix that officially, that'll be interesting. I know there's mods to fix it, but I guess they're gonna fix that themselves. 4K resolution and bug fixes. Wow, interesting.
And bonus Creation Club content too, if you're into that kind of
So
thing.
um, it's gonna break mods again for
Oh
PC,
yeah.
which you
But
know
I mean, they're pretty quick to like fixing them up, so I think we'll be fine.
you hope they are, but sometimes
But
Fallout
the
4.
popular ones, CBBE is definitely gonna like day
Oh
one.
yeah.
That's gonna be working.
Well, CBE is not gonna need a that one's not gonna need a fix. It's more of the like the script extender mods that
Yeah,
depend on like a specific version. Those ones break. And the thing about Fallout 4 is that game hasn't updated in like several years.
yeah,
So no one's had to update their shit for several years. So it's questionable if those guys even like are gonna return once this comes out. Like, are they even still active? Uh, who knows?
I want to re-download Fallout 4 and
Yeah,
replay those like those survival mode mods.
yeah. I re-downloaded it, set up a new mod list, and
Yeah, we talked about it a little bit, like the
yeah,
survival mode mods that let you fast travel between like your bases.
yeah,
That's the one I want to download
yeah.
because it's a lot of fun in survival mode, but there's no reason to like completely take away fast travel. So let me fast travel between like my bases, and that'll fix everything I needed. And yeah, they did it. So I'm gonna download that pretty soon. All right, great. It's good to see the Fallout content coming. They still got some time. I mean, the update, the next gen update doesn't release till like 2023, so
Yeah.
there's still some time. Yeah, I can't wait to see what bug fixes they do. It'd be great to see that game perform past 60 FPS without completely shitting the bed, you know?
The problem is like once you get into like the like Boston like downtown area, shit gets fucked real bad because
Yeah, it does.
there's just something with the way that the game is built to handle. They call it like pre-vis.
Yeah,
Like all the like LODs and shit are like pre-baked into the game. So if you like add a mod that changes anything within the actual city, everything gets broken and fucked up, and like the performance tanks. From what I understand, it's a lot more technical than that, I think. But it's
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. So we'll see. I mean, we'll see if what fixes the actual update comes with, and then let's see what modders do to fix that.
yeah. The fix it fixes.
Yeah. And some other quickie news: Valve updated Big Picture mode and is now available for testing. What was the update that
The
they did for Big
update
Picture?
is the Steam Deck UI,
Oh, okay.
basically. The Steam Deck UI is the new big picture mode that's only been available on the Steam Deck. Now you can get it on desktop big picture mode. So that's all it is.
Yeah,
That's it. Yeah.
that's pretty cool.
You got to opt into it. They tell you how to do that in their little blog post here. So, um, yeah. Big picture mode, I used to fuck with it a lot because my PC monitor is a big ass TV. So I like to be able to just, if I'm just sitting on the couch, I can just use my controller and navigate shit with a bigger, UI, and the UI is
Yeah.
dedicated for controllers. So uh, it's just, I don't
Yeah, it
know that.
basically turns the UI into like a console UI,
Yeah,
which is
yeah,
cool.
yeah. So it's cool, but it's very outdated and not really.
Yeah.
It wasn't really built for. They never updated it for 4K, so the highest resolution you could do was like 1080p, uh, which was fine, but it just wasn't as crisp as it could be. So I don't know if this supports 4K. It's still in beta, so they're still testing it. There's a lot of bug reports. If you do
Yeah.
test it, report your findings so that they can fix it. Um, yeah, that's basically it.
Yeah, for sure. I want to check it out. Like it's not really beneficial to me because I use mouse and keyboard for everything.
Yeah,
But I can see like if you mainly play with a controller, just to have it on big picture mode, just navigate through the UI more easily. And it's some other news, some more quickies. Dragon Age Dreadwolf has entered alpha state. It's a new Dragon Age game. I feel like I would love Dragon Age if I just gave it a chance, dude. But I see they like buckle down and get into it because I feel like I would love it.
yeah. You played the first one. You said it, like fucked up for you.
Yeah, because like I completely built my character the wrong way. So like I basically fucked myself. I couldn't get past like a pretty early like skill check in the game. So I was like, oh, I gotta start it over now and like respect my character. This is a game where like the original is like old school CRPG. So it's the kind of game it plays like Knights of the Republic almost. So that's why I fucks with it. But it's really easy to just
Yeah,
build your character the wrong way and like fuck yourself.
I don't remember.
Like
I'm
it's really
never. I'm never the type to like max characters or anything. I don't remember having that hard of a time. But I played it on
I did.
PS3. But even then, like your character doesn't. Even if your character isn't great, you pick up other characters along the way that can, supplement your deficiencies.
I guess that's just it. I didn't like really pay attention too much to party composition, like bringing who would like benefit me in the most optimal way. It's been a
Yeah,
while since I played, so I can tell you exactly what I did wrong, but I got to go back and try it again. I think either that or I just entered some area I had no business going into, and that's how I was getting fucked. But
yeah, you can do that. You can do that. So
yeah,
I think
it was like a spike for me. Like it was
there
just a
is
random spike where I'm like, it's got really fucking hard for no
there is a
reason.
spike once you get to the dwarf area, like the
That's what
fire zone.
happened. That's
Yeah,
what happened.
that's the spike. Yeah, that's the spike. So
Yeah, that's when I dropped it. I was like, fuck, this is hard. It got really hard for no
yeah,
reason.
it gets difficult there. But there's a lot of side stuff you can do that's like optional side stuff. So you can like leave and just like go do other shit. Um,
Give it another shot. I'll re-download it and give it another shot then.
yeah, I remember
'Cause
there
I
was a
want to get into
city
them.
area. There was like a city zone where like you can go to like the back streets of like this like city, and there's like a bunch of shit you can do like in the side streets. I did that for a while, and then I went back to the dwarf area, and then I was good.
All right, I'll give that another shot. I'll give it another shot then because I liked what I was playing. I really did, and I just gotta like that dwarf area. Fuck me, dude. Jesus
Yeah.
Christ. I don't know where that spike came from, but yeah,
Yeah. But
it's good. I'm glad I'm not the only one then.
yeah. Dreadwolf is the new game they're working on. They're saying it's an alpha now, so they can play the game from front to back. Uh so that's what alpha means. Not that the game is complete. There's still like I think like the last thing they work on is, the graphics and shit like that. So fine tuning everything. But the game is you know, they're working on it. So BioWare, man, they've had a rough they've had a rough past couple years here. So I
Yeah, I
hope they
feel
can get
bad.
together with this. Yeah, I'm glad they're not showing anything, and I'm glad like that. This is kind of like this announcement of the alpha is kind of flying under people's radar. Like people aren't really paying attention to this as much as you think they would. So I'm glad that they're kind of just working on this in silence, and then when it's ready to show, they'll show it. So um,
Yeah, so we'll see it when it comes out. And the Dragon Quest games are popular enough that like, I mean, it's not Mass Effect, but there's some people like these games. I just got to go and play through them to get excited for Dreadwolf.
yeah.
Do we know if Dreadwolf's going to be connected to the other games in any way? Have they talked about any of that yet?
I think they're all connected in some way. I mean, it's all
Yeah.
Dragon Age, you know.
But the newest one, Inquisition, like remembers your past like choices, doesn't it? Or am I making that up?
I don't think, I don't know. I've played all those games. I even played Dragon Age 2, but I don't remember if
Yeah, I heard it
like
wasn't good.
it was okay. I don't know. People, it's like not. I mean, it's not great, but it was okay.
Yeah, I have to go give it another shot then.
Yeah, I don't
But
know if it
yeah,
does the
that's
Mass
Dragon
Effect
Age
thing.
Dreadwolf entered alpha state, so go check that out once it drops. And in news no one was expecting, every US PS2 game manual is now scanned in 4K,
Yeah,
which this fucking legend, dude, he went and scanned every single PS2 booklet that was available for every single PS2 game, at least
yeah.
that released in the US.
Manually
It
by
took
hand.
20, yeah, and by hand, took 22 years and $40,000. This
Yeah,
man is a legend
yeah.
to video game preservation. God bless him.
Very. This is a Kotaku article, and it's a very interesting read.
Yeah.
Check it out. It just goes through this guy's you know challenges of uh scanning all of these game manuals, and yeah, it's something you don't really think of. He says, yeah, I had to remove all the staples and feed all these by hand, and and I had like 7 machines going at the same time, and it still took me like 3 years to do. I was like crazy shit, and it's like, man, you are dedicated, my guy.
Yeah. Good on him. Like, this is, I mean, if the other game companies aren't going to do it, I'm glad he did.
Yeah, yeah, and
Yeah. Good on him.
it's all up on archive.org. So I'm gonna have to go through these. I have a full collection of PS2 ROMs, and it'd be nice
Yeah.
to have the manuals to go along with those.
I have a few. So the Onimusha games are games I was super into. I have all of those games with original cases and manuals except for Dawn of Dreams. So that'll be cool. That's the only one I haven't seen the manual for. So I wanted to check that out on archive.com just to see what that manual looked like. But yeah, good on him, dude. Like this guy's a fucking legend. Yeah, I want to check this shit out. I'm gonna spend some quite a bit of time on that.
Um, yeah, especially since like the PS2 era, I guess like PS2, Xbox, GameCube, those were still a time where you kind of needed the manuals.
Yeah.
You know, like video game tutorials were still not as good as they are today, especially for a game like Metal Gear Solid 3. I remember there's so many fucking like CQC moves that you could do that were never learn unless you fucking open the book. Even Metal Gear Solid
Yeah.
4, I think, was the same thing. Like you had to open the book, and it was like, yeah, if you soft press uh R1, let go, and then hard press it, you can like get the guy on the ground and choke him out. And I was like, what? Like shit
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah. There's like a fucking um like flow chart to the CQC
Yeah,
that you did not know about until you like went and played it or until you like read through the manual. It was stupid.
yeah,
Yeah, I didn't know about it because I played Onimusha 3, or not Onimusha 3, it's fucking Metal Gear Solid 3 on my PS3, with the HD collection.
yeah,
So it
yeah.
had like a digital manual that I didn't read, obviously. And I was like, what is all this stuff? I was getting my ass kicked and it was telling me like to remember my CQC. So I looked it up on Google. And yeah, I saw like some guys put up like the flow chart for the CQC, and I was like, oh my God, there's so much shit the game just didn't teach me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember I was like pissed off that it wasn't in the game. But that's how you had to play games back then. It was like, it was like the way you play a board game now. You read you read the rules, you read the rule book, and then you play from there. I'm glad
Yeah.
we've evolved past that,
It's
but
a different
it's still
time.
crazy.
Well, it's one of the
Yeah.
things that I like about Tunic, man. It brings that back in a way that kind of not only because you have to read the manual, but it puts the manual in the game and makes it a gameplay. It interweaves it with the actual gameplay, so you're already looking at it, and then there's other stuff in there you can look at that kind of helps you along the entire game. So I don't know. I wish more games like did that. Not really like as a manual, but I don't know. I don't know. It's just the way Tunic did it was just it was magical.
Yeah, I really want to play Tunic. You talked about a lot. I've been seeing a lot of friends and YouTubers talk about it. I need to play it already. It looks really good.
Yeah.
But yeah, moving on to trailers and videos. Redfall got an official Into the Night trailer. This
This
is
game.
this is
Oh
Obsidian, right? That's working on this.
yeah, yeah. Um, this game looks like dog shit, dude. I'm sorry. This game looks fucking
Uh,
garbage. I mean,
yeah, you're not wrong.
it
Like
looks
the
like
early previews we got looked really cool, but we didn't really see a lot of gameplay. But now that we're seeing gameplay, I'm not impressed.
a DLC for Back for Blood.
Oh God, it does. Damn it.
Like I just don't know about this. Like I'm just being real, man. I'm being real here.
Yeah,
Uh
luckily it's on Game Pass, so we could like try it at least to see. We don't have to drop any money on it, but
yeah.
yeah, so far I'm not impressed. And I'm hoping they do enough of it different from Back for Blood that we actually get a fun experience, but I'm not seeing that in this gameplay reveal here, man.
Yeah. No, this isn't Obsidian, it's Arcane, right?
Arcane. Oh, it is Arcane. Yeah, you're right. You're right. My bad.
So, yeah, that was the thing. Is it has a bunch of like powers and shit.
I
So,
mean, we'll see when it drops. Dude, it's on Game Pass, so I'm gonna try it at least.
they are. It does have a single player. They're focusing on like the single player shit here. There is a single player. A lot of people were worried that I don't know, man. I don't do like a multiplayer one of these again, but they're focusing on like the single player stuff, so
Yeah.
that could be a thing about it. But I don't know.
Yeah,
It
but I don't
doesn't.
know. Yeah, I'm not impressed with it so far. We'll
Yeah,
see when it comes out. Like, I'm not gonna shit on it too much, but I wasn't impressed with what I was seeing, dude.
yeah,
One Piece Odyssey got the Alabasta trailer.
yeah. So this game's a
This is like turn-based RPG, right?
yeah. It's an RPG ass RPG. Not unlike a Dragon Quest, I would say.
Yeah.
Very Dragon Quest esque. So this might be up your alley. I was thinking this would. I didn't think this would be as traditional as I was hoping it would. Kind of, be a little different, I guess, in
Yeah.
terms of anime RPGs go. But don't get me wrong, it looks okay. It looks fine. But I was hoping it'd be a little more, a little different.
You
You
see,
know?
who's working on this one? Bandai Namco, right?
Yeah.
They made a fairy tale RPG
Oh, did they?
that, yeah, which if you guys don't know, fairy tale is made by the same guy who made One Piece. And it straight up just rips off Persona 5. I don't know if you've seen it, but
No.
it's fucking Persona 5, dude.
Is that out in like English
Yeah, it's out.
regions?
It's been
Oh,
out
okay.
for a couple of years, actually.
Oh,
I think it came out a year after Persona 5 did. Well, let me look it up.
yeah. I don't know. When I saw this announced, I was hoping it'd be more, not more like more open, I guess, or more just not. It just seems very traditional JRPG type shit. I was, I want them to get out of this fucking pocket of thing that these games always do. They just all seem like the same with a different skin on them. Like here's that game, but with One Piece characters now. It's like okay,
I mean, I'm kind of happy they're moving away from like the arena fighter thing that like every fucking anime game does.
yeah, but they've been doing this for a while too, though. I
Yeah, that's
mean,
true.
it's like just like Dragon Quest, but here's Dragon Quest with anime characters. Here's Naruto Dragon Quest.
Have they made a game like that? I haven't seen one like that.
I'm sure they
I'm
have.
sure it is. Yeah.
And then
I
if
mean,
it's not
people are
Dragon
excited
Quest,
for
it's
this
like
game.
or like a Muso. Here's Muso with
Yeah.
Dragon Ball Z. Which now that I say
I will admit,
that,
Dragon Ball Z did some like pretty neat shit. Like Xenoverse was like
yeah,
totally different.
like that shit was
It
fucking
was still,
awesome.
yeah, it was still an arena fighter, but it had that Dragon
No,
Ball Z
or
flair to it.
Kakarot, Dragon Ball Z Kakarot was
Yeah,
fucking
that's another one that was
incredible.
like
That game
cool.
was incredible, dude. Uh,
Yeah, you played it? Was it good?
yeah. Wait, was it Kakarot? Yeah, it was Kakarot. Dude, that game was incredible. It was totally open world, and you can just fly the
Yeah.
fuck around and go into like you can go into like dungeons and shit, and then like characters would be there. And you're like, what the fuck are you doing here, Emperor Pilaf? And I was like, what the? Yeah, it was great. Cause it was just open world. Like the story was there, but you had to like fly to the story segments, and they would happen exactly where they would happen in the in the anime. Or you could just fly around and be like, I'm gonna check out what's over here, and then see, like Emperor Pilaf's over here, and like oh Nappa's over here doing some shit. Like it was like crazy.
I
Uh,
need to play it. I heard it was good.
I only played a little bit of it. I need to go back to it because I'm remembering how good it was.
Yeah, it's pretty cheap, so I might just check it out now. There's so many games I want to play, dude. Like Kakarot's definitely one of them. But yeah, that's the trailer for One Piece Odyssey. So go check that out
Yeah.
when it releases. If you're a big One Piece fan. Age of Empires 4 Anniversary Edition.
Oh yeah. So these
Is
next
that
three,
the one everybody likes? or is
Well,
it Age of Empires 2 that everybody likes?
it's like it's all of them.
Yeah.
Everyone like there's I don't have much to say about like all these Age of Empires games. People fucking love them. They're coming to console now, or I guess it was Age of Empires 1 and 2. I guess I don't know. People were begging for them to come to consoles. They're coming to consoles.
Let's look it up. It's Age of Empires 2 that everybody likes. That's like the most
Yeah,
popular
yeah.
one.
They're bringing these
Like,
anniversary editions have like new content, so they're like updating these old
yeah.
games with new shit, and that's
And people
incredible.
people like them, man. Like that's
Yeah,
cool. Yeah.
yeah, like several new maps, new like a lot of new shit. Uh,
Yeah, people like them, dude. My old co-host Jimmy from
yeah,
old Retro Bite days, like he has like 400 hours in Age of Empires too. It's
wow.
crazy. Yeah, that's just from the most recent release. I don't know. Like he said, he used to play it back in the day, so who knows? Many times we put it way back when. But yeah, these games are popular, man. We got Age of Empires 4 Anniversary Edition. Got a launch trailer. Age of Empires is coming to Xbox consoles finally, and they announced Age of Mythology Retold,
Yeah,
which
uh,
looks like Age of Empires with like mythological beings.
yeah, and this one by far has the most views, I guess, on the
Yeah.
on their YouTube. Uh,
Age of Mythology, really?
yeah, it has
Oh yeah.
significantly more. People were really excited about this, and I'm like, I don't even know. I don't even know what the fuck this is, but
Yeah, it's a world, dude. It's a community that like we're not a part of.
yeah,
People love these. It looks. I mean, there it was a cinematic trailer. There's a quick pan shot. It's happening.
yeah.
No gameplay. But the original Age of Mythology came out in, like what, 2002?
That's
Oh my
fairly
god, was it
recent. That's more recent than I would have thought it was like the
20
'90s.
years ago?
Yeah. So
It's like
yeah,
2002, so it's early enough to look 90s.
yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah, people can get excited about that. I guess I don't know.
Yeah, dude. Good on them. I might check it out. I played a bit of AoE too, because a buddy of mine bought it for me. And I got about 6 hours into it, just playing random games with him, and I liked it. I thought I could see the appeal. I'm not a big like strategy RPG fan, but I was having some fun with this. So I can see the appeal here. Um, have to wait till these games come out. Moving on to game releases, we got November 1st, we got Lonesome Village releasing on PC, Switch, PS5, hiccups, and Xbox Series X. I don't know what this game is. I didn't look at any of these game trailers or these releases beforehand.
Puzzle solving and life sim meets in a cozy no combat coyote adventure. Uncover the mysterious magical past of Lonesome Village and save this town from the hands of evil.
So, like Animal Crossing with some puzzle dungeons.
Yeah, interesting.
This
There's like
looks
a
cool. Yeah.
get like a magnifying glass to kind of like search stuff, which is interesting.
Yeah, this could be something cool, actually. Like, that's interesting. I like the art style.
Yeah, it looks cute.
Yeah, it looks cute. I like this idea. I want to check that out. Then September 2nd. That'll happen here. Okay, here we go. November 2nd, we got Doraemon Story of Seasons, Friends of the Great Kingdom releasing on PC, Switch, and PS5. That's another life sim Animal Crossing like game.
Oh,
But it's
tis the
based on
season.
Doraemon, like the anime series, right? Or manga series, or both.
Yeah.
Is it this one that's like the longest running like series in the world? It's been running for like 40 years.
Really?
Yeah, hold on.
This game looks like another one of those. Yeah. Little life sim. These games are hot. There's so many of these now, man. It's like it's getting out of hand. Like, what would the ultimate life sim be?
I don't know.
Like, you die of
So I
old
looked it
age.
up. It's not Doraemon. It's another animated series called Saizai-san, and it's
Okay.
been running since like 1969.
Gee, I never even heard of that one though.
Well, it's Japanese, so that's why.
Yeah, but if it's is you would think it would have had a bit more reach.
You think so? It's a staple of like Japanese television. It's something that like you play in the background. You know, you watch it when you were a kid. Your kids watch it, like Scooby Doo.
Like Scooby Doo. Yeah,
Yeah,
Scooby Doo's not. Okay. I mean, they're still doing like new Scooby Doo shit. So
yeah. But yeah, Doraemon. You can check that out when it drops November 2nd.
it's $50.
Then
It's a $50
November,
game.
yeah. So if you're into Doraemon, go ahead. And then November 3rd, we got The Chant releasing on PC, PS5, and Series X. This is a third-person survival horror action adventure game set in the remote spiritual island retreat. To survive, you must craft, fight, and escape the psychedelic horror set loose on the when a spiritual ritual goes wrong and awakens a dimension of cosmic terror.
Okay.
This game looks like ass. Well, nah, maybe I'm being too harsh on it.
That doesn't look too bad. Yeah. It's got
Yeah, it
some
looks better than
story.
some of those it looks better than some of those those Chinese survival horror games that we've been getting recently. You remember those?
No.
No, I think they're Korean actually, but they're like yeah, there's like a couple of like Korean third person survival horror games that just look like ass. Wow,
This
this looks pretty
actually
cool
looks.
actually. I'm getting a
Yeah.
closer look at it.
Well, whatever
Yeah,
story, I'm interested in the story that I can't hear. I'm like, what is
yeah,
happening here? Yeah.
yeah.
Huh.
Okay, this looks cool. This looks cool. $40 too. You know, budget game.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, this could be something. This might be a hidden gem here. I'll check that out.
You can get it for 30 right now on Fanatical.
There you go.
They say
Then we
it's a
got
cult.
Ghost Song. Oh yeah, it's like a cult. Looks like a cult ritual thing.
Yeah. A ghost song.
Yeah, Ghost Song. That's on PC, dropping November 3rd as well. It's a 2D adventure game. The description reads that it's on the desolate moon of Lorien, a long dormant dead suit awakens from slumber. Journey beneath the surface of an atmospheric 2D adventure of self-discovery, ancient mysteries, and cosmic terror. Explore winding caverns and acquire new abilities to unearth this alien world's long buried secret. Wow, it's a
Okay.
Metroidvania with more like influence from Metroid, it looks like. But it's doubling down on some of the cosmic horror elements. That's cool. Okay, this looks interesting.
Yeah. See the combat. I want to see some combat here. Oh, there we go. Yeah, it's definitely a Metroid. I would call this a Metroid and not necessarily a Metroidvania, but the
Yeah.
Vania is what fucks it up because most Metroidvanias are just Metroid games, for being
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah, if we want to be technical here, like Metroid did it first.
Yeah.
So, but whatever. But this looks cool as hell, dude.
Yeah.
Okay, this might be fun actually. This looks cool. I like the creature design. Some of the boss designs we're seeing here look pretty interesting. It looks like it's got long range and melee combat.
Yeah. What's it sound like? Hold on. Oh, sounds like that.
Oh, it's a
Okay.
humble game.
Yeah.
All right, that looks dope. Okay, I like that. I might check that out actually. And November 4th, we have Harvestella releasing on PC and Switch. That's another life sim
That's the Square
from
Enix
Square
one.
Enix.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This is there's it's from Square Enix, so you know there's crystals involved.
yeah.
Yeah. This one is unique because it has a time limit before the world ends. I think that was the
Yeah,
big
and it has
thing.
a really interesting looking like action combat system too.
Yeah. This one I might this if I'm gonna get into one of these, it might be this.
This is also the only one that we've seen that's $60. So
Oh no, is it really?
yeah, $60,
You can give her
59.99.
50 on Green Man right now.
All right, there you go. This looks cool. It looks like fun actually. I like the RPG action elements to it. I don't know if I care for the life sim stuff, but I didn't care about like visual novel. Visual novels are like dating sims until I play Persona. So maybe it just takes like a game like mixing those elements together to get me into it. So we'll
Yeah.
see. Yeah, we'll see what Harvestella does.
Put
Might be
that in the
cool.
put that in the wish list.
Yeah. This next one is on mobile. Is that Nikki? Nike? Goddess of Victory. What the hell is this? Like some mobile game?
It's a mobile game.
Some mobile waifu game?
See the trailer. Oh, it actually looks dope. What in the world? Oh,
What
it's
the
a
hell
waifu
is
game.
this?
There's a lot of booty in there.
What is this? What kind of gameplay is this?
Uh, I'm not sure.
It looks like a rail shooter, maybe, with Time Crisis is like cover mechanics.
Yeah, it's
Let's watch that again. I need to see this
yeah.
again.
Got like a like a time crisis or something.
Yeah.
Huh?
What the hell is this?
With different like waifu girls you can get. I might check this out if
A
it's
lot of
free.
booty in this game.
A lot of booty in booba. So
I mean, I'm not a complaint. I like me some booty and booba.
yeah, I'll pre-register for that, and they'll let me know when that
Yeah,
comes
so let
out.
me know what you think of it. I have iOS, so I can't pre-register it, but
It is on iOS too. I just put the
is it?
Android link. Yeah.
Fuck, am I really gonna check this out now?
Let me see
I'm
what
really
else these
gonna guess
guys.
I am.
Oh, these are the guys that made the PUBG mobile game. Oh, these guys actually did. These guys actually do. They actually do games. They make Contra Returns, Arena of Valor. Um, yeah, these guys actually do. They do games. These guys are actually. These guys are a real uh, developer. Yeah.
Check it. I already pre-registered it, so November 4th. I'll get to try it.
Yeah, these guys are real. Yeah, they make real games. So, yeah, they did Arena of Valor, which is like a it's like the mobile version of League of Legends, basically. That one's really popular. They have a Contra game.
Sure. What is that called? Contra Returns?
Contra Returns. It has a Terminator in it.
Wait, what?
uh, that is the Contra music, which is interesting. This looks like a Contra hardcore almost. The trailers are like 30 seconds long. It doesn't.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Fuck. Yeah, it's a
The best
Terminator.
Contra game I ever played that nobody talks about is Hardcore Uprising. You
Hardcore
heard of that?
Uprising, dude. Yes, I have heard of that.
Yes, it's so good. And like it was made by Arc System Works, the Guilty Gear, Blaze Blue guys. And it's fucking awesome, but nobody talks about it. It got
Yeah.
released on XBLA and PlayStation Network back in like 2011, and it hasn't been released on anything after that. I'm so upset that like it's not on modern systems.
Yeah. I played the fuck out of that game uh,
Same.
with a buddy, and you can eventually. There's a character in that game. She uses a sword, and you can
Yeah.
break the fucking game with her, dude. Like,
Yeah.
she's OP as fuck. Once you unlock her, it's over.
The game has a cool system where you could like parry bullets. So if a bullet's coming at you,
Yeah,
you hit the parry button, you can like knock the bullet away.
yeah,
That's kind of tricky to get a hang of, but you can do some cool shit with that. God,
yeah.
that game was so good.
I think you can even like level up. You can level up and get stronger.
Yep.
So if you keep
There's
playing, you
two
get
modes. There's a story mode that they wrote which lets you level up your character. And there's like a classic mode that's
oh
just
yeah,
like the characters are preset with preset abilities. You can't level them up, but you just run through it like an arcade.
yeah,
Yeah, that game was dope. That game needs to come back, dude. If they just port that game to modern systems, it'd be awesome. There's no reason why that game shouldn't be able to run on modern machines.
yeah.
I never even got a PC release, so I can't even play it now without like dusting off my old 360 that still has it downloaded.
You can use an emulator. I'm sure it'll run well on
I'm sure you
RPC.
could run on Xbox One, actually, now that I think about it. I'm sure it's backwards compatible with it. Hold on, let me look it up.
Yeah, but ain't no reason to you know,
Yep, there's a video of someone playing through Hardcore Uprising on Xbox Series X.
nice, nice.
So you can just play that on Xbox. God, Sony, catch up, dude. Come on, dude. Like,
Yeah, yeah,
God damn. Another reason for you to get an Xbox One now. Not even like a Series X, just an Xbox One, dude. So I can play all these old like XBLA games.
let's get Series S. That's fine.
Yeah, I might just do that. Upgrade my Game Pass subscription to meet with the console, and I think it gives you Xbox Live too, right? For like $20 a month.
Yeah, yeah. What includes it's like PlayStation Plus. It includes the Xbox Live shit. So not
Yeah, I'll
bad,
have to check it out then.
Just do
I'll
PC.
just Yeah, I'll have to just do that. I'll have to just double get into it because like I can't play Hardcore Uprising on PC and I can't play Rare Replay on PC. Like
Rare
I would
Replay is
legit
bummer.
yeah, it is. It's a huge bummer. How much is like an Xbox Series S? Or just an Xbox One? An Xbox One X would be fine. Let me see. An Xbox One S is like 240.
Don't get an
Or I
Xbox
can
One
get an original
S.
Xbox. I can just get an original Xbox One for like 160.
That console is trash, dude.
A One S? What's the difference?
Well, I don't just don't. I don't know. I feel like it's a waste to get a console that's now unsupported.
It's not unsupported though. Like
It is. I mean, they're not putting shit out on it. I mean, you could get one, I guess, and like play games on it,
that's what I want it for, is to play some of these older games that like
but you could just
I
get a
can't play
new.
anything
You can
else.
get the new one and still play all the old shit and also play the new shit.
Let me see how much are those.
I feel like
About as much as a PS5.
I feel like a Series S is no, a Series
Oh
S is
yeah, it's like
like
299.
yeah,
That's the
it's the cheap
that's the
sport.
digital edition.
Yeah,
But it's all digital though, so I won't have. Well, I'm not gonna buy physical games for it anyway.
yeah. If you think this is 2002,
Yeah. I don't know. If the price was like 250, but 300 still a lot, I think, to be asking for it. They just want to play Rare Replay and like Hardcore Uprising and those older like XBLA games that you can't buy on anything else. I don't know. I'll think about it. I've been joking about buying an Xbox for a long time, and it's becoming less and less of a joke the more I say it.
yeah. I mean, I think all that stuff is on like Game Pass, the console Game Pass, the ones that you
Yeah,
can't get on PC.
yeah, that's what I was thinking of. Like that's why I want to get like just an X. I can get a pre-owned Xbox One for like 150.
But I don't think Xbox One. I don't think you can do Game Pass on Xbox One. Can you?
Yeah, you can.
You can. You sure about
Yeah, why
that?
can't you? Let me see.
Why? I don't know if I know it was around since then, but I don't know if it's still. I don't know if it's still supported. I don't know. I would hope. I would hope
Why
it
wouldn't it
is.
be?
They just don't. I don't know. They don't really advertise. They don't really advertise it like that. Can you play? Can you play? Like, can you play Halo Infinite on an Xbox One? I feel like those are like. I feel like Xbox One is like a PS3, or
Xbox
it's
One
not.
is like a PS4.
It's like a PS4, but in my,
Yeah.
I feel like it's like treated as like a PS3 now. Yeah. I mean, I guess yeah. I guess people do. I guess people still have
I'm
Xbox Ones.
I'm on the frequently asked questions page for Xbox Game Pass, and there's like no questions here about like what systems it works for. It just says console. So I assume like if I got a console, it'll support it. Like why wouldn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Xbox One is just. It's old, man. I feel like it's just so old. My mind, that's just old as fuck.
It's old as a PS4.
But it came out like before PS4 though. It's older
Like
than
a couple
PS4.
months.
Yeah.
But it's the same like hardware generation though.
It's the same generation, but it's like shittier. It's shittier than the launch PS4. I guess if you get an Xbox One X.
The X is the 4K one. Yeah, that's the one that's more powerful than the PS4.
Yeah,
It's the one that's more powerful than the PS4 Pro. It's like the most powerful one from that generation.
but it's probably which ones do they not make anymore?
I don't think the one gets made anymore. They moved to the One S, but I don't know what the difference is. Hold on.
It's just a smaller. It's just a smaller. They're fucking. The Xbox names are stupid. The One X costs more than the Series S.
Yeah, because the One X like supports 4K. I don't think the Series S does.
The One
At least
S
not natively.
costs more. Unless you get it used.
Well, the One S is the one that's playing. Wait, I'm confused now.
Wait, I'm just looking on Amazon.
Okay, so here's some of the biggest differences. The One S has the power supply built in, where the Xbox One doesn't. So you have that big fucking block.
Yeah,
Remember?
yeah,
Yeah, the original Xbox One has that big block. The One S doesn't.
yeah. I mean, unless you get them used, they're still the same price as
Yeah.
the new console, the Series S.
But the Series S is digital only, so that's why there's no disk drive. But you really don't need a disk drive this day and age, really.
Yeah, fuck a disc drive. Everything I owned on. See, here's the problem with like PlayStation is that everything I bought on PS3 digitally, I can't play on my PS5, but
Which is
on
bullshit. There's no fucking
Xbox,
reason for that to be a thing.
yeah, on Xbox, everything that I bought on the Xbox Live marketplace, I can play on the new console still digitally. So
But it took a while for that to happen, though. Like I
no, I
wasn't
think
there
I
day
think it was
one.
always there.
No, it wasn't. I remember there was like a big stink about it because none of the digital games transferred over. At least I think.
I thought they did. It did at least on my Xbox One.
I don't know. I've been talking about it for a while. I'd make a joke about like buying an Xbox for a long time. And it's becoming like less and less of a joke the more I say it.
Yeah, I just want to play brute force. I almost bought a
Oh man, that's a throwback, dude. Brute
yeah, yeah,
force. Fuck.
yeah. There's an old like retro game store down the road for me, and I was like, yo, what do I need to do to play brute force in 2022?
It's that have an Xbox One
Yeah,
and then a copy of Brute Force. And that's it.
yeah,
You just pop that bad boy in there and then you're playing Brute Force with enhanced graphical fidelity.
yeah,
They've
yeah.
enhanced the textures and the
The,
resolution.
the HDR and everything.
Yeah, dude. Why the fuck can't Sony? If anyone should be able to do this, it should be Sony. Because they own the rights for Blu-ray, CD, DVD, all those formats that were used from PS1 to PS5. They own all those formats.
Well, I think they own like
So there's
the licensing rights. I think something like that. They
oh,
don't
they own
necessarily
the
own it.
formats. Yeah, they do. I remember because there's a big thing when the Xbox one came out and it was they said it was being released with a Blu-ray player built into it and they were going to use Blu-ray discs. There's a lot of jokes that like, oh, they got to pay dividends to Sony every time they sell an Xbox.
Yeah,
So yeah, there's no reason for them like not to do that. People forget Sony's like a huge like media company. Like they produce movies and cameras and tech and all the latest and greatest movies, even if it's not a Sony movie, they're using Sony equipment. Most of them are still using Sony cameras, Sony monitors. Like they have that whole market for formats and filmmaking cornered. And there's no reason for them not to be able to make a machine that's all the way back, like natively. There's no reason for them not to be able to do it, but they just don't. If anyone has an excuse not to do it, it's Microsoft because having to keep those formats up that people don't use anymore. Like nobody uses CD DVD anymore, really. At least not in a mass produced scale, and have to pay Sony for that. It makes sense that they wouldn't make things backwards compatible. But they got around it by doing that whole digital system. You know, you pop the game in, it recognizes it's there, it downloads it off the net, and you just play it digital. They can do it. There's no reason Sony can't. But they just choose not to, and it pisses me the fuck off, dude. God, rant over. Sorry, everybody. I get passionate for this, and that's why I want to buy an Xbox One because I feel like it would be the best for video game preservation because there's actually plans to like keep these digital games like up and running and play them. Like I don't think the Microsoft store is getting shut down anytime soon. There haven't been any news on that. But Sony's already talked about like dropping or deleting losing the servers to the PS3 store and the PS Vita marketplace.
yeah. Well, that's where they fucked up is because those stores are
Yeah.
like different. You know.
Yeah.
The thing about the Xbox One, I guess, is why they use the name One is because it's one thing. It's one. It's all unified. So
Yeah.
it's all the same shit. And then you bring whatever hardware you have, and it just knows, or it just works with it. So um,
Yeah, dude. And there's nothing I used to bash on Sony so hard, or not Sony, Microsoft so hard back in the day. But now I'm like, they're the only ones that are like doing like actual consumer friendly stuff. Like a lot of stuff they've been doing has been really pro customer. And I'm like, I'm getting a little disenfranchised with Sony because they're not doing any of that.
yeah, yeah. It's too bad. Too bad Halo's fucking garbage now,
Yeah.
though.
I mean, Halo Infinite's pretty fun, but
Yeah.
I've been told the multiplayer's not great, but I haven't really put a lot of time into that. Oh well, whatever. Fuck Sony. Fuck Konami while we're at it.
Yeah.
Which again, like I know we made this joke last week, but people seem to be forgetting fuck Konami when they announced all these Silent Hill games.
Yeah.
But whatever.
People forget pretty quickly.
Yeah. Whatever though.
Call of Duty
But
is
yeah,
real
that's
hot.
gonna yeah. That's gonna do it for the show, everybody. Thank you, everybody, for coming and listening. Listen to me rants about like Sony and Microsoft for the last like 10 minutes of the show.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would tell people where they can find us, man.
Gameoverse.com, Gameoverse.com/YouTube, Gameoverse.com/Twitch, Gameoverse.com/Discord, Gameoverse.com/Extra Life, guys. That's happening 1 week from today. Next Saturday, 24 hours, midnight to midnight. Be there or be square. I think I'm gonna still try to do a podcast.
Yeah.
That Saturday. I mean, why not? I'm gonna be here, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, do it. I'll be here.
Yeah. So
Well,
yeah. Other than that, yeah, video games. That's gonna do it.
gonna do it. Good night, everybody. Stay safe. Be excellent to each other.